What is going on, guys? SpiLLi again here today to bring you the first of its kind, some sniping tips on Modern Warfare. Well, first of its kind on my channel at least. So basically, give you a little background. I've been sniping in Call of Duty probably, I don't even know, it's been 10 plus years, I would say. I'm 28 now. I think I started playing Call of Duty maybe around Call of Duty 2, which I don't even know how old I would have been, 13 or 14 years old, something like that. Sniping has always been kind of my favorite thing to do. I do regular gun a lot too because I like to play like league play and ranked and stuff like that. So hopefully that comes out soon. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned. As you can see on the screen, I do have the snipers in gold. I actually have all the sniper challenges complete, but I didn't realize to get the platinum version of the sniper rifles, you actually need to complete the marksman rifles as well. So that's what I'm working on now. But yeah, let's get right into it. And also, guys, I am going to start streaming on the regular, so I will definitely put a link to it in the description, and at the end of this video, there should be a link whenever the actual video cuts to head over to my Twitch channel if you'd like to watch me play. I think I'm pretty good, I do play a lot, so you can see I'm rank 142, so, been there a while. So yeah, let's get right into it. And I would say the first thing that you really want to look at when you're sniping is what you're trying to achieve. And that first thing that starts out with is your loadout. As you can see here, actually every single one of my classes right now is a sniper rifle. Most of them, at least some of them, are overkill classes because really there's no downside to overkill in this game. You're not really losing out on anything besides cold-blooded. And I mean, cold-blooded is only for really if you're worried about getting streaked on. So yeah, I would definitely say my first tip is kit out a class that is built for what you want to do. And I'll give you some perfect examples here. So this right here, the AX50, is my quickscoping class. I have an M4 on it right now because I was working on some achievements. Usually I'll be running like a Deagle or something like that and Ghost because I usually play alone. So sometimes you just can't help but getting streaked on. So yeah, so this right here is my quickscoping class, and I'm going to show you why. So we'll go over to Gunsmith and take a look at it. You'll notice it has every single thing that is built into this class has positives to your aim down sight speed. Basically, I just want to be able to scope in as quick as possible because, one thing in this game already is you're not going to outgun somebody with an AR or an SMG up close with a sniper rifle. You're just not. So to give us the best fighting chance, you want to have that absolute fastest ADS speed that you can. So you want to make sure that you come in here and you grab every single thing that has positives to ADS speed on it, which include the rear grip tape, which is the stippled grip tape, the Syngard Arms Assassin stock, the tac laser, which you do have to be careful with. This does show up on enemy screens, so if you're just like camping in a corner or something like that with it, they might be able to see it. And then the short barrel. So yeah, so basically what I'm doing with this is I'm running and gunning. I'm trying to get as close to people as possible, or at least very like medium range, to where I have that scope in speed, but I'm still within range that I'm one hit killing, which on 6v6 maps is not a problem. Where you run into a problem with this is ground war. You'll start getting a lot of hit markers from the greater distances. I noticed that a lot because I've used ground war to level up most of my weapons. I think it's just easier to get a large amount of kills in ground war. So yeah, so that's basically, one example of a class that's set up built for a specific reason. Another would be on the complete opposite end of the spectrum is the HDR I have here, which I don't have gold equipped, but I do have gold. So yeah, the HDR here, you'll notice that literally everything on this is built to give it damage range, longest barrel possible. I do have the laser built to give me a little bit of ADS speed as well as the stock. Just because if you don't have those things, I mean, this thing is unbearably slow. But yeah, and then I have the large zoom, variable zoom scope. So yeah, basically I just want to be able to, like, pretty much anywhere I shoot them on the map, I'm basically expecting it to be a one-hit kill as long as it's in the torso. So yeah, this weapon is built a little bit for ground war. It's not going to be an up close and type of thing, and it's very specific purpose built. So that is what that is for. That's what I would say is like I said. That's what I would say is my first tip. Another thing is if you haven't tried out this Car 98K for quick scoping, I wouldn't say it's a great long range sniper rifle, but it's very quick. So just a thought there. It's actually not bad, but you do have to aim in the chest. As Pamaj would say, aim higher, because it is definitely one of those ones where you have to hit them in the chest, or really even the upper chest, or it's not gonna kill. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into a private match, and I'm gonna show you a few more things I want to talk about in this game. Give you a few more tips and tricks here on what helped me become a better sniper, and helped me kind of be able to still snipe in a game and fairly aggressively in a game that is very AR and SMG dominated. This game really, other than maybe ground war a little bit, where you can find your spot and sit in it, it does not really cater at all to sniper rifles. It's really crazy because I almost always see on Reddit or other forums people complaining about sniper rifles. I actually have not seen anybody complain about sniper rifles since this game has launched, which is actually like mind-blowing to me. I've seen them actually, people like advocating for buffs of sniper rifles, taking away the scope glare and things like that. But yeah, the second thing I want to talk about is finding your sensitivity. And this is going to be broken down into two different parts. So as you notice, I'm not like super fast moving. Why is that? Okay, so I am actually, like I said, I actually like to regular gun as well as snipe. So I had a brilliant idea here. I went into my settings at first, and I was like, okay, 6.6, that's a pretty normal regular gun. That's what a lot of the professional players play on, 5.5, 6.6, things like that. And then I was like, high zoom sensitivity. Oh, cool. I was like, I can basically make it to where when I have a sniper rifle in my hands, it's going to, increase my sensitivity. So you got to be very careful on how that works. And I actually threw myself off for like a week using this. I was like, okay, cool. I'd usually I used to in the old games play on a really high sensitivity, but in this game, you can only crank it up to 2. So I was like, okay, 12 is fine. It's still not as high as I probably would have gotten back in the day. But yeah, so I cranked it up to that, and I want to show you why this is deceiving and why I probably wouldn't do this to a certain extent. Because, and you notice I had mine on 1.25. I think that is fine. So still 6.6, not 6.6. I moved my right stick the same amount as I'm moving it here, but as soon as you start to scope in, it immediately turns it to that 12-12. So it really throws off your muscle memory, and that is why I would not recommend doing this. Which really like throws off with drag scopes like that. Basically, you have to like zoom in and then start flicking, and then it feels better. But if you basically, I'm used to, starting to flick to my target before, the scope's fully in. So, I'm coming around this corner, somebody's up in that window. I'm way off. But, if I came here and scoped in up and then in, that's fine. But the thing is, most players aren't going to play like that. So that's another tip I would say. Just be really careful about that setting and how far you want to go with it. Like I said, I want my scope was a little bit slow at playing at 6.6, so I just cranked it up to 1.25, and I've been okay with it. Like I said, it's still not as high as I would want to go, but it's doable. So that is one thing I would definitely be careful of doing. The next thing I would say I would want to talk about is the specific settings that I use. As you'll notice here, my aim response curve type is set to dynamic. So dynamic gives you a little bit more control on finer movements, which I've noticed kind of helps me in the longer range engagements. I think somebody posted a graph somewhere. I'll see if I can find it and link it about why dynamic in theory should be better. And I haven't noticed enough of a difference or downsides to refute it, so I go and use it. The big thing here, though, that a lot of people are questioning, why are you using precision? So Exclusive Ace, another guy that makes YouTube videos on Call of Duty, made a video about aim assist, and he basically said standard is the best one, use standard. But there is a caveat to that. Precision actually, so let me backtrack that. Standard, he said, is the best because it gives you rotational aim assist. So that basically means if somebody is up close to you and you're like, say you're like running by someone, as you run by someone, like say you're like, you almost meet each other right here, your aim will start to pull towards them. Precision doesn't have that. So you have to be doing the rotation all by yourself, which the rotational does help. But I don't know actually if you even get that with a sniper rifle. So if you're specifically here for sniping, not a big deal. The reason though that we are using precision is because it slows down considerably more when it gets onto a target, like a large extent more. So while it's not necessary to snipe, I sniped for probably the first week on just standard. I did notice it does help me stick to targets a bit better at certain ranges. So if you are just sniping, you might want to set your aim assist to precision. It might give you a slight advantage. That being said, I switch mine back if I know I'm going to be mostly regularly gunning, just because the rotational aim assist does help quite a bit. Another thing that we want to talk about is practice and then adapting to the situation that you're in. So there's different ways to practice. A lot of people will put like bots on a map, run around, try and center them, quick scope, center them, quick scope, center them, quick scope, that sort of thing. And that is really helpful. So basically what you would want to do is start up a custom game, load it up with bots, and then just run around quick scoping them. So you get a good idea, and basically just do it as try it. Don't take your time super lining it up or anything like that. Like don't be like, oh, there he is right there, blah, blah, blah. Like basically you just want to be running, turn, quick scope, that sort of thing. And then another part of practicing that I do, and I think I get this habit from playing a lot of Counter-Strike, is that I will sit here and when I'm maybe not doing anything or it's the start of the game or something like that, basically what I'll do is I'll pick a location on my screen, and right here we're in a good position to kind of demonstrate it. I'll pick a location on my screen and then I'll basically just sit and try and flick to it. So like just say, you'd be like in a real-time situation, you're sitting here waiting for somebody to come around this corner right here, so you're sitting here, but then somebody's in the window. So basically you just want to like take and flick to the window, take and flick to the window, that sort of thing. Like, so you get that muscle memory built of how long, how hard you have to press. And basically I just do that with all different things. I mean, you can do it with anything. You just say you're right here and you'd be like, I want to flick to the box, sort of a thing. So you obviously aim assist is going to help you a little bit, but I want to flick to the box. I want to flick to the box. I want to flick to the box, that sort of thing. And that's basically what has kind of helped me become a better sniper. I think I'd like to think I'm probably one of the better snipers out there. I don't probably play enough to even start to consider myself the best, but I think I'm definitely at least competent and a pretty good sniper. But yeah, so definitely guys, if you like the video, be sure to subscribe and like the video. And then, like I did mention at the start, I am going to actually be streaming a lot on Twitch starting soon. So if you want to follow the Twitter, it should tweet out when I am going live, or just follow the Twitch channel. Following the Twitch channel would probably be the best. So like I said, there will be a link at the end of the video for that. And yeah, as always, guys, if there's any questions or anything, let me know in the comments, and we'll go from there. Take it easy, guys.